Last week, my son Jude shot a deer, and I processed it with him and decided that I'm going to fill some jars up. I had some empty jars, and I thought I'd share that footage with you. So here it is. I hope you enjoy it. So this is the trims of the butcher job that I did. Gonna get it into manageable sizes. Just have a small cutting board here, but yeah, just making sure that you have sizes that are manageable, and then removing all this like the fatty tissue, the sinew, the silver meat, that sort of stuff. It's um, it's all going to be pressure cooked, so it'll cook whatever's left down on the meat will cook thoroughly, and won't be tough. This stuff here I like to remove. It's kind of a nuisance and it takes some effort, and it's probably the hardest part is just cutting all this up. And I like to fry to caramelize the meat and get that caramelized flavor into the finished product. It really does make a difference. You don't have to, but it's something that I like to do. And I just dump all of that fried caramelized product into a bowl, and this can take a little bit of time. It's not a huge effort. You just have to pay attention. From there, I put salt into my sanitized jars. I put a lot of effort into sanitizing these jars, and for every 100 mils of jar, you're going to put 1 mil of salt. So in this case, I have 250 mil jars, and I'm using 2.5 mils of salt in 500 mil jars for 5 mils of salt. So, and you fill the jars with meat. And what you want to do is like just kind of pack that meat in there so it's tight. Doesn't have to be super tight. Just, you want to maximize the space of the jar and make sure that you have a good volume so that you can make a soup or a stew or whatever with it later. With the juice that's left over, I'll dole that out between all the jars, and it's not going to be much, but it's going to make a difference. For flavor, I add pepper. I've also added other things, and it's just for your own taste. You can add other vegetables or whatever you want. It's entirely up to you. At this point, I have a clean rag and some boiling water, and I'm cleaning the edge of the jars so that these lids that I'm boiling here will seal properly. There's no grease on it, and the rubber is nice and loosened up, so that when you put the lids on, as I've done here, hand tight and directly into the pressure cooker. And it's a bit of a process, but it's really quite enjoyable. So once I get the bottom layer in place, I'll add water, and I usually add water to about 3/4 the height of the jars at the bottom. And I just use my finger to measure the depth. You want to make sure that your lid is on even, and so that you have a nice seal. And I start my timer when it gets to 10 pounds of pressure inside the pressure cooker. Once at 10 pounds, I'll turn my element down to medium, and I'll have to play with this a little bit here as the as time goes on. But I'll also set my timer to an hour and a half at that point. My battery died, so I didn't capture myself taking the product out of the pressure cooker. But you want to cover it with a towel, and so the cool air doesn't crack any of the jars. And check that all your jars have sealed just by tapping. You have this nice tone to it, and all of them did. We are almost done, and I am thrilled because it's looking fantastic. I love the nice, clean, finished product. I love to look at it. I love to gift and just be really proud of the effort that we put in, and thankful to the deer for giving its life. I feel like this is a way of honoring that sacrifice. So gifting this out is something that I really enjoy, and when you do a job, you wanna finish it in a nice way, in a good way, and you handle everything in a good way, so that you have this beautiful presentation of not only this product but of your life and your core values. Now, don't forget the date, because this will last on the shelf for years. So thank you. Thank you very much for watching. Well, I sure hope you enjoyed that and found it helpful. So with that, be good, be safe, be kind, share your gifts. Love is free.